There is a level of power that most people spend their entire lives searching for, not power over other people. Not power through money, status, or attention, but power over yourself. The ability to stay calm when life becomes chaotic. To think clearly when emotions rise. To remain disciplined when temptation appears. To control your actions instead of allowing your impulses to control you. Because the truth is simple. Your life is shaped less by what happens to you and more by how well you manage what is happening inside you. And there are 4 areas that quietly determine the direction of almost every human life. Your mouth, your mood, your money, and your mind. Master these 4 things, and your life begins to change from the inside out. Let's begin with your mouth. Most people do not realize how much damage can be created by a few uncontrolled words. A sentence spoken in anger can destroy trust built over years. An emotional reaction can turn peace into conflict within seconds. And many people spend their lives repairing situations they created in moments they failed to pause. The mouth moves fast when emotions take over. When ego feels threatened, the instinct is to react immediately, to defend yourself, to argue, to explain, to attack, but real strength is not reacting instantly. Real strength is remaining aware enough to pause before you speak. Because once words leave your mouth, they no longer belong to you. Self-control in speech does not mean staying silent forever. It means learning to speak intentionally instead of emotionally. It means understanding that not every thought deserves expression, and not every emotion deserves a response. Sometimes silence carries more wisdom than explanation. A person who speaks less but speaks with clarity often earns more respect than someone who speaks constantly without awareness. Your words shape your relationships, they shape your reputation, and they shape the emotional atmosphere around you. Careless speech creates tension. Disciplined speech creates trust. And over time, people begin to notice the difference. Now let's talk about your mood. Your mood controls the quality of your daily experience more than most people understand. An unstable mood can turn small problems into emotional chaos. A disciplined mood can make even difficult situations feel manageable. Many people live as prisoners of their emotions. One bad moment ruins the entire day. One criticism destroys their confidence. One unexpected event throws them into frustration. But emotional maturity begins when you stop allowing every feeling to control your behavior. Controlling your mood does not mean suppressing emotion. It means understanding that emotions are temporary experiences, not permanent identity. You are not your anger. You are not your sadness. You are not your fear. They are states that move through you, not definitions of who you are. The moment you learn to observe your emotions, instead of becoming consumed by them, something powerful happens. You create space between feeling and reaction, and in that space, clarity appears. A disciplined person does not allow external circumstances to completely control internal peace. Because if your peace depends on everything around you going perfectly, your peace will always be fragile. Real emotional strength is remaining balanced even when life is not. Now let's speak about money. Most people think financial control begins with earning more. But financial discipline begins long before income increases. It begins with how you manage what you already have. Money is emotional for many people. It creates excitement, insecurity, comparison, fear, and impulse. And without discipline, spending becomes emotional instead of intentional. One of the biggest financial mistakes people make is confusing wants with needs. Needs create stability. Wants create temporary satisfaction. And when emotions control spending, financial stress slowly follows. True financial discipline means learning to delay gratification. Not every desire needs immediate action. Not every purchase improves your life. Sometimes the strongest financial decision is simply waiting. Because people who cannot control small spending habits often struggle to build long-term stability. Financial freedom is not only built through income, it is built through awareness. awareness of your habits, awareness of your priorities, awareness of where your money is actually going. Money should be directed with purpose, not scattered through impulse. And the moment you stop spending to impress people who are not building your future, your financial life begins to change. Now we arrive at the most important level of all. Your mind. Because your mouth, your mood, and your money are all influenced by one thing first: your thinking. An uncontrolled mind creates an uncontrolled life. Most people are constantly trapped between regrets from the past and fear about the future. Their mind never rests, their thoughts never slow down. And because of that, peace feels impossible. But not every thought deserves your belief. Thoughts appear automatically. Fear appears automatically. Doubt appears automatically. Control begins when you stop treating every thought as truth. A disciplined mind learns to observe thoughts instead of instantly obeying them. This changes everything, because many people suffer more from imagination than reality. The mind creates worst-case scenarios. It repeats fear until fear feels real. It turns uncertainty into anxiety. But when you become aware of these patterns, you stop feeding them automatically. You begin directing your attention instead of losing it. And attention is one of the greatest forms of power. Because wherever your attention goes, your energy follows. If your attention constantly lives in negativity, comparison, distraction, and fear, your life begins to feel heavy. But when your attention becomes intentional, your mind becomes calmer, clearer, and stronger. And over time, this mental discipline changes the way you experience life itself. Here is the truth most people eventually discover too late. Self-control is freedom. The person who cannot control their mouth destroys relationships. The person who cannot control their mood loses peace. The person who cannot control their money creates unnecessary pressure. And the person who cannot control their mind becomes controlled by everything around them. But when these four areas become disciplined, life begins to feel different. More stable, more focused, more intentional. You stop reacting to everything. You stop being emotionally pulled in every direction. You stop living impulsively. Instead, you begin moving through life with awareness. And awareness changes everything. Because real transformation does not happen in dramatic moments. It happens quietly. In the moment you choose silence instead of argument. In the moment you choose calm instead of emotional reaction. In the moment you choose discipline instead of impulse. In the moment you redirect a negative thought instead of feeding it. These small choices seem insignificant at first, but repeated daily, they build a completely different identity, an identity that is calm under pressure, focused during chaos. Disciplined during temptation, and emotionally stable during uncertainty. This is real self-mastery, not controlling the world around you, but learning to control yourself within it. These small choices seem insignificant at first, but repeated daily, they build a completely different identity, an identity that is calm under pressure, focused during chaos. Disciplined during temptation, and emotionally stable during uncertainty. This is real self-mastery, not controlling the world around you, but learning to control yourself within it, because in the end, the quality of your life is directly connected to the level of control you have over your own behavior, over your mouth, your mood, your money, and your mind. Master these four things, and slowly, quietly, your entire life begins to transform. The stress-free zone,